It took me 17 minutes. And I went to go bring some horses some apples. And I forgot the apples. But April and I remembered to bring the human the gift. And I was like, we got to turn around. I don't have the gift for the horses. And she was like, I think it's okay. And I was like, had we forgotten the human gift and I had brought the apples, that would have been okay. But like, there's 7 horses I haven't met, and I just really in my heart promised some apples. And I was like, hey, let me know when I can bring those horses some apples, because I just really want to meet all. I would like them to be able to experience the love that I have for them, because they'll benefit. Right? Like, I don't want to deny them my friendship. That feels rude. This has nothing to do with my wants or needs to befriend 9 fucking horses. Had we forgotten the human gift, I wouldn't think that we needed to turn around. But I was like, we forgot the horse's gift. We gotta turn around. She's like, okay, we'll turn around. So we turn around, and I was like, okay, we're gonna be a few minutes later, and I thought I forgot the apples. And they were like, no, it's totally okay if you forgot the apples. Because earlier, Alec was like, are the apples that important? Like, I think they have things to feed the horses that they own. Like, they might have their own treats. Like, are you sure they can even have apples? And I was like, I've been really just offering apples for days because I wanted to be friends with me. I will be honest, I did not check their dietary restrictions. I went with assuming. I was like, dude, we'll be there 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. I gotta pick up the apples. They're like, no, it's okay. I have horses. Trust me. Like, it's fine. Just keep coming this way. I think it's because, like, okay, you already have apples. That's cool. April and I, the sisters duo, who are like, okay, sweet. We're going to go meet some horses. We get there. It's like, okay, where's he? I'm like, I don't know. I'll text him. Across from, like, a barn. It's like, hey, come here. It's like, oh, no. You know what happened next? You do know what happened next. Oh, we were in a fucking combine. I did not get to drive a combine, but I got to be in a combine with my sister and my friend and ask way more questions than most people tolerate in one sitting. As much as we surprised my mom with caroling, and then we surprised the people. Like, I didn't surprise the people. Like, the people were surprised by, like, the horses and things. April and I were surprised by an impromptu fucking combine ride where I said to April, I was like, you know how sometimes, like, when you have to drive to the hospital and I have to sit shotgun because I have to, like, prepare and, like, get my brain to organize because I'm trapped in a car and I'm not responsible. I was like, this is tranquil as fuck. And my brother was like, how's the goat? And I was like, haven't seen him yet. He was identifying the fact that there was a goat, and hence the goat. The goat's name is just Goat. I can't. Alec totally called me out in the fact that, like, I was like, impromptu tour. We got to ride in a combine, and then I lost an earring. We got to see, there was, I think, 4 baby cows. I want to foster them all. Like, impulse control. There were so many chickens, and I was like, what are they doing? They look like they're all, like, sitting ready to take a picture, and they were like, they're sleeping, and I was like, oh, that probably makes more sense that you didn't train your chickens to be photogenic. My dad had 3 chickens, not a lot. So I didn't know that they, like, lined up organizationally to nap. And combine. We see the chickens, the horses, oh, the baby cows. Oh, God, baby cows. I pet all four equally, and I gave them all the good pets. The chickens, not so much. They were behind a gate, but all those four babies, I was like, where's their mother? Do they need help? And they were like, no, we got it. And I was like, are you sure? And I tried to play it cool because, like, you know how I like to name things. And I was like, what are their names? Not that it matters. And they're like, oh, they have numbers. We had somebody that used to name them, but we ran out of names. And I was like, challenge fucking accepted. I have a cat named Detective Murphy Lionel Dangerfield, the baby. I had a cat named Stupid Baby Kitty Face Ninja Battle Cat. I don't know if you guys remember, but I named all of Grayson's teeth as they came in. Nobody runs out of names over here. I could think of them all. Either way, if they're looking for names, I got suggestions because my hurt immediately named all four of those. I did not get to meet 7 new horses today. We didn't meet 7 new ones. I did, however, get to meet 3, and one of them was named Renegade. And if anybody remembers Anna in her 20s, my theme song. And also, he's got a little beard. And he's 5 times taller than me. I have told people... I've told people that I was 10 feet tall for a very long time, and I was probably not telling the truth, maybe. Nobody's been taller than me my entire life. These horses are fucking taller than me. That occurs to me. Yesterday I wore my overalls, and I got invited on a combine, and that was cool. Today I'm wearing my football jersey. Do you think I'll get invited to the Bears game in London on Sunday? That would be new. Manifest happiness, right? I decided London probably wasn't a good idea. Cheers of my enemies. That's what today's copy is brought to you by. That's the vibe I'm working with. I got to meet 3 new horses last night, and I woke up pretty happy about that. That was pretty awesome. Also, I forgot the apples. We forgot the apples. We didn't bring the apples. He was like, it's okay. You don't have to worry about the apples. It's like, thanks. That's cool. We get there. So we meet the horses. Do you know what they did? They were like, guys, talking to the horses. Hey, guys, she was going to bring you apples, but she forgot the apples. I'm so sorry. Don't be disappointed. And I just was mortified. Like, did you just tell all the horses I forgot the apples? And they just all thought it was so funny. And I was like, you just ruined my whole life. I'm going to really make it up to them. I'm going to bring way more than just apples next time. How dare you tell them I forgot the apples? That feels like you're intentionally trying to sabotage my friendship with the horses. And I know that you're probably on the internet like, Anna, why are you so dramatic about the horses? They're just horses. Like, I've seen horseshoes, right? I've seen regular ass horseshoes. These aren't regular ass horseshoes. You know how I'm like obsessed with coffee cups that are as big as my face? Imagine what that does to my brain when the horseshoes are bigger than my face. So many best friends. I literally was like, has anybody like, I don't know, like ridden, like I know that they're like performance and like reins horses, and they like, you know, like they're like worker horses, but like, what if like somebody just got on their back and like tried to like go, like, do they do that? And there was a term, and I think they were like, oh, I'm sure that he's been drunk ridden before. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, I'm sure that somebody like, you know, like before we got him, like somebody was probably drunk and like tried to ride the horse. And like, I was like, there's a term for that. Okay. FYI, probably don't give me alcohol around the horses. Just in case, now that I know that that's a thing. And they were like, oh, or shovel rides, or shovel something. And I was like, what? And they showed me a video of a horse pulling a shovel and then a guy on it. And I was like, is that a frowned upon thing? Because now that you showed me that that's a thing, I'm going to want to do that. But that looks dangerous. And like, that's like, is that, are you showing me that because you think that would be funny if I completed that mission? Or is that like, this is what not to do? Just wondering. I'm just trying to figure it out. My cousin just sent me a reply to me and the horse. And she's like, this is legitimately the best picture ever. And I was like, oh no, just wait. I said to Shane, I said, what face am I making in that picture? And he goes, 2-year-old Anna on a Christmas morning. I said, and what do you think she's looking at? And he goes, a horse. And I was like, mm-hmm. Obviously, it was Atlas the horse. Best friend.